Shut your eyes. Stop your ears. The foison will be overwhelming and the dearth unbearably desolate. There can be no stable equilibrium, only a precarious teetering between flood and drought, crushing overabundance and bare famine. A deadly balancing act that will inevitably fall either one way or the other at the unseen hour. Civilization seeks to create a warm nest of comfort and security. But before this bubble can be built, ground must be broken, and the wild tamed. And even when we are sure we have a firm foothold and believe ourselves impervious to the assault of the outside forces, a slight disturbance can unfix our foundations and send us sliding into chaos. As one tweed-chapped gunslinger, 4th class, will shortly discover when he rides into a dusty frontier town.
Ah, here we are yet again. The budding encampment of Los Gusanos, where, I have heard tell, one can procure a unique delicacy, an incomparable tripe-based jerky, which I fully intend on sampling. Yes, and here we are coming up to the very saloon, where they do sell the stuff. Whoa, Lenore! Elliot? Howdy there, miss. I've come to procure a plate of your finest tripe-based jerky.
Is that so? And what have you got to trade, stranger?
Trade? Oh, no. I have these fine and stable American dollars here. 5 of them to be exact, which I have heard so tell upon the trail is how very much what they cost.
Ha! Maybe last month that's how much what it cost, but you're in the territories now, mister.
What do you mean?
I mean, the price has gone up.
What? Really? How much?
14.
Well, it doesn't seem...
$1,000.
What's a buck of what? But that's ridiculous. You are joking, surely. A jest.
Oh, I can't afford to joke anymore.
Really? How much do they cost?
I'm running a business. And that damn fool of a governor has been printing new currency and flooding the market. We burn it to keep warm at night. It's cheaper than firewood. So, what have you got to trade?
I've got nothing that I could possibly part with. I possess only these fine Harris tweed chaps. My horse Lenore, of course, and my trusty 6-shooter here.
Yeah, that's me, hello! Pew, pew, pew! Shoot! Yeehaw! I'm a gun! America! Or Mexico, maybe! Swoosh, swoosh! What about me there, in case you were wondering?
Very impressive.
Thank you.
I see you're an expert gunslinger.
Yes, I let my shooting iron over here do all the talking.
That's right.
Well, perhaps there is something you could do for a poor, defenseless small business owner that would earn you a plate of this fine dried offal.
I will do anything.
I need you to kill Governor Grick. Okay, maybe not kill him, but he's an evil man, a murderer. Yes, he was always at odds with that well-dressed Mr. Scruffleguts, who mysteriously vanished. If you can prove that Grick's a murderer and have him arrested or shot, then you shall feast on my tribe.
Oh, gosh.
Blimey, all right then.
Otherwise, I couldn't part with a portion of this jerky for less than, say, a dozen eggs.
Eggs?
Yes, we've been using fresh eggs as currency. It's a real thing, look it up. But you'll be lucky to find even one before the egg merchant comes back through, and even then, what would you trade with her?
That's why they call it economics. Economics is complicated stuff.
That was awful, Rufus. I'd like everyone to know that was an ad-lib. But I believe I can solve this problem of yours, Rufus.
Oh, no! No, we must never do that again, folks!
Oh, go on.
Never again! No, nevertheless, I do vow to protect you, miss. To fight by your side and resolve this here conflict like the brave and stoic and taciturn hero what I am.
Wow.
Well, shut it, you! Where will I find this governor?
He'll be in the courthouse on the other side of the monologue.
Off I go! Oh, yes.
Are you going?
I'm off I go! Listen to my spurs!
Greetings. How are you feeling? A little bit muggy, I imagine. Oh, don't tell me. You're about to ask me where you are, right? Ah, yes. I knew it. Everybody always asks that question. Do you, by any chance, remember how you got here? No? What you were maybe doing beforehand? No? I really should look into that. The thing is, it's less about precisely where you are and more a question of where you aren't. The good news is that you're not downstairs, so well done there. Well, good, sharp audience, I like that. And the bad news is that you're not quite upstairs yet either. This is where people go if they have any debts, any moral arrears, or any other similar sticky or thorny unresolved issues. Don't be disheartened, though. Nearly everybody has to spend some time coming through here. It is exceptionally rare for somebody to be fast-tracked upstairs. Far more people end up downstairs. You know, politicians, corporate executives, incels, Nazis, people who have sugar in their tea, the usual crowd. I'm told they're expecting a large influx in the next couple of decades, but I don't know. That's not my department. Anyway, moving on. The way it works here is very, very simple. Each individual's time has been tailored specifically to them, ranging from having to stand in an endless queue, putting them on a long-haul flight with not quite enough legroom, having to sit through an endless sex scene surrounded by your family at Christmas time, to things like floating in the open ocean alone, being lost in an endless dark forest with something chasing you, being put in charge of Brexit negotiations. Thank you. And if the circumstances allow, we simply wake you up in your coffin. It's quite a popular one. We usually look for any major causes of anxiety or annoyance, or sometimes we just cook up a good old nightmare. The weirdest one we've had so far is we put 3 French people in a room together and just let them talk to each other. Apparently it was very dramatic and very French. What's that? Well, I'm afraid if you're here, it's already too late to appeal. And no, we don't make mistakes. Unlike some people. What was that? Nothing. Everything you have ever... Pardon me, I'll try that one again. Everything you have ever done has been added up into a total, and that total, ranging from a number between 6 and 6 billion, determines how long you are required to stay here for. In case you're wondering, our shortest stay was about 5.5 hours. So to save us the trouble, we temporarily brought them back to life and put them on a Virgin train service between Glasgow and London. And I, for one, can't wait until Mr. Branson gets here. Apologize, I broke character for a minute there. I'm afraid I can't disclose how long you'll be staying here for. We used to tell our guests, but then we realized that gave them a certain measure of, hope. While we very much stress that being here is much better than being downstairs and that you eventually will ascend upstairs, being here is still a punishment. And giving you a countdown is frankly more than you deserve. So, as you can see, we are now where you'll be spending your time with us. Admittedly, yes, there isn't much to look at. It is rather barren, harsh, featureless, and grey. What? Yes, I suppose you could say it is a little bit like Aberdeen in that regard. We always appreciate a joker around here. I'm told there are other people wandering around this place, but none of them have been able to find each other yet, but there's always a first time though, right? Well, I believe that is everything. Don't worry about food, water, or, dying again. That's all been taken care of. Oh, hold on a second. It seems there's been an additional condition to your time here. I missed that on my sheet, my bad. We are in the right place. You are to wander this barren wasteland for what I imagine will soon feel like eternity. But I'm afraid you have to do so blind, so I am very sorry, but I am going to have to take your eyes. There's no point in being difficult about this. As you said, there's really not much to look at. And as there's nothing you can really do to stop us. You see? Oh, sorry, that was... Sorry, that was terribly inappropriate of me. I do apologize. Oh, wow, okay, look, you need to calm... Okay, if you could just stop screaming! Thank you. Listen, you can scream all you like after I've gone, but nobody will listen or care. Oh, God, that didn't help at all. Okay. You just need to shush, 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 shush. It's quiet time. Quiet time. Anyway, I shall leave you to it. Tread carefully. It's a little bit rocky. We recommend you crawl. That's the spirit. And good luck. You'll be upstairs before you know it. TTFN.
Yourself, you yellow-bellied coward, you!
Who's that? What do you want? Stop yelling! Stop yelling! Come in!
All right, I will. Now then, where's this monster? The monster what's driven this town to ruin and get me from me delicious offal jerky. Is it you?
What? No, I'm his secretary. Greg, man with no name to see you.
Actually, I do have a name. The narrator said it earlier.
Another nameless gunslinger. What is he, the third? We can't help you. We're not buying what you're selling. We have problems here of our own. Thank you, goodbye.
Yes, problems that you have caused your very self, you devious bureaucrat.
Me? Well, how could I have caused this?
well, by, clinging on to power and flooding the market with all of devaluing, ergonomics.
Right, I see what's going on here. It's a weak grasp of market forces. Allow me to enlighten you. The terrible hyperinflation that you are seeing in this region is purely a result of the avarice of the traders. By withholding their stock, they attempt to drive prices up. But of course, this creates a disparity between supply and demand, and prices rise, necessitating a concomitant expansion of currency in circulation. This loop, of course, feeds back, casting the community into a tornado of devaluation. A process known as ongoing overshooting and escalation of the exchange oversupply from oligopolized output. Or OE. Those exporting their product to other locations, such as Miss Perch and her specialty food product, are the only beneficiaries. The blame must be laid at their door. I am furthermore convinced that she is a murderer. Poor Mr. Scruffleguts at the telegraph office was experimenting with a new dried meat product, when he mysteriously disappeared. And that is all I have to say.
That was plenty.
Thank you.
Concomitant, you say?
Concomitant.
Gosh, well, you sure do seem to know all about these economics and such forth.
And at least he put together some long words.
Oh, you did. It was so long. You both seem so convincing. How do I know who to believe? Which is the righteous path?
Well, you'd have to make your mind up before it all kicks off tonight.
Tonight?
Yep. Egg delivery's coming through about sundown.
Oh, the eggs. Those terrible eggs.
I tell you what, how about I give you this big stack of cash? although the currency is an all-time low, this huge pile here, you see how huge it is. This could be yours. Could we perhaps buy you over to our side?
Possibly. How much is that exactly?
I'd say it's about $14,000.
Well, that's just about enough, yes. Sold! I'm on your team. Give me the money.
Yeah.
Come on.
Just give him all of it.
Oh, that is huge.
One.
Huge.
No, just hand it all over.
2, 3.
Three.
The homestead.
Sorry, I've got... Yeah, all right.
All of it?
Good. Now, if you could just find some evidence that Miss Perch killed poor Scuffleguts, we'll be all set.
Are you sure that she did, in fact, kill poor Silver?
I have no idea. And even if we do manage to get Sheriff Flem to close her down, well, it won't help us at all. It would just serve her right, you know.
Right, yes. Jolly good. Well, I'll look into it. Miss Perch! I'm back! I didn't get any evidence, but I did get enough money for Jackie.
Really? You collected $150,000?
What? 100? But you said...
Yes, I'm afraid the price has gone up again. You see the terrible situation Governor Grick has put us in.
Ignominy!
Don't worry, darling. We'll just stick to the original plan.
No, but you don't understand. He's trying to get you closed down by the sheriff. He says that you're the one who killed the telegraph man.
You what? That snake. How dare he?
I mean, you wanted to do the same to him, really, didn't you?
Actually, she was keen to murder him, if I recall.
She was keen to... It was probably just hyperbole.
I'm not judging. I'm an instrument of death myself. But I'm also an instrument of accuracy.
Yes, very good. Well, with that in mind, I'll go talk to the sheriff, see if we can't work something out. What time is sundown?
At 8. And listen, you can hear the town clock now, striking adorable nostalgia combo interiors o'clock.
And steal away, my fugitive, down the low-lit streets, where the poets and the vagabonds are often chance to meet. We'll listen to the voices washed out to the sea with us.
Steal away, my fugitive, a passage to the shore. The boat it will be leaving won't be held back by their law.
We'll listen to the voices washed out to the sea with us.
When the starlight falls, the back of the boat will watch.
When the
When the starlight falls on the end of the parade, on the back of the boat will watch.
starlight
Up and
we arrive at love, my fugitive.
they'll greet us at those lands,
We'll make a home, my fugitive.
and united we will stand.
We'll listen to the voices carrying us home tonight.
When the starlight
I used to be, but the plunging economy means none of us can get paid for our jobs anymore. Yeah, it's true. I used to be the doctor and the farmer, but now I can't get laudanum for the barley crop and my patients are all rotting in the fields.
And I used to be the local newsman, also the printer, also the undertaker. But I printed so much new money that journalism is now dead and buried, and the coffins are all made from newspaper. And there's only one story to report.
That we were all so desperate that we turned outlaw.
You poor, poor idiots.
Yes, poor is right.
Poor, the poor part.
Oh, we've had to turn to a life of crime for food.
And we know that the egg delivery arrives at sundown. Stay out of our way, stranger.
Yeah, we're gonna hold up that egg wagon.
And use the eggs as currency to buy food.
Right. And I see this is a mainly egg-based subplot. You're not really terribly interested in the feud between Grickand and Perch, then.
We've got our own troubles.
Yes.
If I was to arrest anyone, I'd have to arrest us first.
Indeed. I can see that for myself. As I... Oh, listen. I've lost count of them.
There's about 5, 6.
7. It's 7 o'clock, I suppose. Is that...
8! Oh, no! It's sundown!
Eggs. Get your fresh eggs.
Hey! Let's murder this sweet old lady and take her produce!
Not so fast. I'll have you know that I'm an expert gunslinger. By the time I'm done with you, the lizards will find deposits for your gizzards. I'm going to protect this sweet old lady, sure, with everything what I got.
Oh, thank you. That's very kind.
Out of my way, I'm hungry!
Hey, up!
Bang! You shot me! Yeah, there's more where that's come from, you betcha!
Oh, dear. This town is full of bloodthirsty lunatics. Stranger, you seem like a nice boy. I'll give you half my eggs if you can keep me safe.
Affluence. But that's wonderful!
But, stranger, you're outgunned in this here square.
Yes, and outnumbered.
Yes, and surrounded.
You too, Miss Perch. And I thought we had something special.
Perhaps in a different economy. Now hand over those eggs.
Can't do it!
Then go for your gun.
Kapow! Wham! Shoot, shoot, pew, pew! Pow, 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 pow! Brrr! Pow, 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 pow!
Deus ex machina! You fools. You fools. You poor fools! You've made me do it! Why does this always happen in the Westerns?
Look on the bright side, Rufus. You saved that sweet old lady.
Hello. Yes, I'm all right, thanks to you.
Oh, yes. Yes, I forgot about you. Oh, and I suppose I've earned a fortune in eggs, haven't I?
Yes, you have earned it, and you're welcome to half these eggs.
Hooray!
But just to warn you, since you've killed everyone in this little town, the value of the eggs has just reverted to whatever you can sell them for at nearest market, which is usually about 5 cents a dozen.
And so, the march of capitalism claims its victims. What is priceless one day is worthless the next. And the blood, sweat, and tears laid down in hope of a reasonable reward are cruelly ignored. And you too, dear listeners, must go to bleed, sweat, and cry your lives away until the next unseen hour. We hope that you had your fill of the Unseen Hour, episode 41, A Wheelbarrow Full of Dollars. Yeah. The Unseen Hour is recorded live and monthly. For live shows, see unseenhour.com. This episode was recorded at King's Place in King's Cross as part of the London Podcast Festival. It was performed frugally by Bryce Stratford, Joey Timmons, and James Carney, and featured a monologue written and performed by David Devereaux. The musical guest was Interiors. Theme music by The Unrecorded. The Unseen Hour is an Unseen Things production, created, written, and produced by James Carney, and the podcast is produced inscrutably by Andy Goddard and Ella Watts. For show merchandise and more, check our website. It's unseenhour.com. We all look forward to seeing you again here at the Unseen Hour.